I will commence. At this point, I will commence the weather conjuring to make the weather cold for the, the remainder of the 6 blocks through town of Pennsylvania. Weather conjuring. Cold, cold weather for the leg of lamb's journey in coldness to preserve it, for it is past date due and $2 rebate because of it. We must keep the leg of lamb cold and my back cold, for nobody wants a leg of lamb with a sweaty back attached to it. So here we go. Cold. We'll attempt it. It's cold. The cold weather. The cold leg of lamb. Cold. Cold leg of lamb. The cold leg of lamb for the stand. The stand, the cold leg of lamb, cold winds from the north to keep the leg of lamb cold and frozen still. The still frozen cold leg of lamb, halfway to 1/8 of the way to the town front, town up, town coffee shop, past Laurel Street and on the way up, past the movie theater, past the barbiturates, past the pepper, past the cop, corner to the cop, past. Thank you for voting. StateHouse.org representative. To the white dog in the Liberty. Nice dog wins first prize. To the people, hi. That dogs, the garage sale. To the people that did the sound sample for the air hose. And the one dog bark in response to notify you that I have, yes, just passed in real time from the supermarket with the purchase of the leg of lamb. To the Liberty Jeep passing, state-backed, contained sub-tire, to the yellow daffodils on the left, the Montrose on the right, the Chevy in the middle, and the Ford in the middle, to the Jeep again, past the tree with the shit, to the shadow it emits, to my pants needing to be picked up off the floor, because my pants won't stay up because I'm so thin. To the leg of lamb that must get within distance, close distance to mark, and let's not forget before we ramble off the original intent to keep the leg of lamb cold, cold, cold for the journey within to the store. To the barbecue. The cold, cold preserved leg of lamb, may it not rot in due time and kill off 5-fold peoples within the area. Once again, to the cold leg, make sure to preserve the cold colds of the leg of lamb. It's not exactly a leg, it's more of the square stuff you had to purchase. The small square stuff, $25 of leg of lamb. The cold, cold $25 of leg of lamb. Past the Shana, Kenner, Center, past the sloppy routines of the Kenner Center and the tires and the auto exhaust sign that I see. To Maple Street. to Orange Grove Avenue, wherever it is, and to Sandler's Towing. 4723. 2. Archie again. State Ridge representative. 2. Then let's not forget the cold-legged lamb. To the cold-legged lamb. No parking permitted to the cold-legged lamb. To Dr. Bill P. Wolf, established 1981 chiropractor who cannot help out the leg of lamb, but he might recommend that you try to place it on your back and walk down the street on New York Avenue with a cold leg of lamb strapped to your lower coccyx. That's the back, in the lower lumbar region. And to walk, make sure it's cold in the process of fixing your back. May the back crack with cold splinters emitting in the hot summer days so that everyone might enjoy a nice leg of lamb for a barbecue for the 4th of July. To the cold leg of lamb, may it stay cold. To the cold leg of lamb. To the cold leg of lamb. Plumbing and Heating Company. To the cold leg of lamb, and my pants are falling down again. To the cold leg of lamb. To the Plumbing and Heating Company. To welcome sign flapping not in the wind. For it is a windy day with gray clouds. And hark, did I just say that as if I did not know that I was actually conjuring such a thing? Buckle up, it's our law. Getting excited as I approach halfway to the barbecue. The cold wind presses against the leg of lamb behind me, between a millimeter behind my back, my sweaty back now freezing. The frozen droplets of possible, well, I would not say between the two pieces of plastic because I wear plastic on my back. The frozen droplets as they scatter to the ground and crash like champagne bottles in mid-form with a music video for, what's his face, the guy with the big nose. What's it? Top Gun, Tom Cruise. May he spin as if no one cared with a mask from another movie and run into it. Down the cold leg of lamb is up here. Stay cold. Hi. May the cold leg of lamb stay cold and may things stay cold around the leg of lamb. May the cold leg of lamb stay cold. May the stay cold enough for the leg of lamb. May the leg of lamb stay cold, but maybe stay cold a little longer, but not necessarily. What is it? Mathematics of Meat Preservation. Mathematics of Meat Preservation Society. For eating the cold, before you heat the leg of lamb, it must stay cold. But then, when it goes into the oven, then the rest of the area can heat and blazon. At this point, it is okay for the glazier, with this personal glazier front between my hot, steamy summer June 2006 back, the guy crossing, the personal crossbar with the gold cross and Iron Maidens dancing high across, and the La Cucina Mexican restaurant. Now we're going over here to the hot steak and sub fries, where we can chuck the leg of lamb off to the side of the road and say fuck it. And then of course the La Cucina people pick it up, drag it to the basement, wrap it in my canvas wrapped $200 purchased canvas oil Mexican loyalty flag Mayan painting, perfect painting, perfectly rendered and sweated over with only 2 glasses of beer and a nice... I found out that, like the leg of lamb, if you're calm on the phone, I don't care, chances are people will be calm around you. Doesn't matter if it's a temporary situation, these things can blazon. At least temporarily, you might be okay, especially if you're in that type of situation where everything's all false and everything. You sit at home, you're drinking a little bit, you call up, someone responds, "Oh, I really had no idea that you could be so calm. You're always so frantic." Besides the paranoia that they doesn't know about or anything. And why should that be? Why should you have paranoia when obviously the situation was dead in the water a long time ago? The cold leg of lamb. Robin Jasko and the cold leg of lamb. Viaverin and the cold leg of lamb. I'm rambling a little bit. The attic buys, sell, trade, clothing, collectibles. The cold leg of lamb approaches closer to the destination. It is now to the point where it is moving at a steady speed and increasing as it gets colder. The droplets condense, speed increases. By the time it gets there, it will be completely frozen, and then everything would stall in the icebox of its temporary ice age, now allowed to thaw, melting process, personal process of the Catan-tons, and which are Star Wars reference down to a cheap version called the leg of lamb, purchased from the supermarket under a small subplot of subversiveness, and the bus transfer accordingly to escape, where I will not be able to enjoy the leg of lamb, but amidst